Good morning, friends. Right from yesterday morning, 7/5/2020, right from the morning itself, we have been hearing the news of the industrial disaster due to gas leakage in the outskirts of Visakhapatnam. So I hope you are all aware that such industrial disasters were not common nowadays, but previously they happened. Even Visakhapatnam 2013 HPCL refinery accident, it is an industrial disaster. Anyway, let us discuss what happened in a legal perspective. So there are so many political wars, so many political statements, all these things. Let us not go into all these things. Let us go to the legal perspective as to how the incident happened. So normally, this incident took place around 2:30 a.m. in a petrochemical company called as LG Polymers, which is a South Korean company. So this South Korean company, it was shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic and no activity was there for the past 45 days. So the one day before only they wanted to resume their activity. They took permission from the state government and they wanted to resume their operations. Incidentally, so the gas, the liquid gas, styrene, it has leaked from the tanks and it spread to about 15 kilometers area, and it has polluted the atmosphere. It has resulted in the death of 12 persons, hundreds of persons affected and hospitalized, whereas thousands of persons are smoking the so-called poisonous gas. They have been affected, and the entire villages, surrounding villages about 5 kilometers, they have been evacuated by the NDRF members and all these things. So how this, we have seen the ghastly incidents right from the morning. The TVs, they have been exhibiting people, particularly one boy, I have to mention his name also, Chandramouli, getting down from the upstairs in a confused mood because his eyes were irritating. He fell down, he died, and to one person died in the local well without without seeing the same, and two persons died in the drainage canal. Like that, so many people lost their lives, so many people affected, and inhaling the so-called poisonous gas inside the houses, so many people are affected, and luckily they have been evacuated. Incidentally, since the police were on duty due to the corona pandemic at a nearby distance, they could identify them. Since they have got the vehicles fitted with mics, they alerted the people and they have done their best. Of course, we cannot fix up the blame, we cannot blame anybody because it's a totally incidental thing. Of course, negligence part is there, we will come to that aspect. Anyway, please remember, the gas which is leaked is styrene gas, styrene. It's otherwise, it's actually an organic compound belonging to benzene. So it can call as ethynyl benzene or vinyl benzene. The organic chemical combination is C6H5CH is equal to CH2. So if you are interested in chemistry, because I have an analytical chemistry in my BSc, I have noted down, otherwise it may be difficult for you to understand. Anyway, it is a benzene product, so definitely if it is inhaled in a small manner, nothing happens, and it is sweet also. Normally it looks like yellowish, it mixes with the local gas, and the trouble is it affects the central nervous system. So if you inhale the same heavily, then the trouble starts. Your central nervous system will be affected. You will have trouble in irritation in the eyes, nostrils, they will be troubled. Even you cannot inhale through mouth also, they will be affected. Ultimately, there is a chance of the person likely to die. It happened also. 12 deaths is not an ordinary issue, and 200 or 300 people, they are still in the hospital. Yesterday the CM visited the place and they have seen, and very pathetic situation. So this is all because of the industrial gas disaster. Here you may be observing LG Petroleum, which was started way back in 1961 or so by name Hindustan Polymers Limited, and it was not successful. Then they have tie up with this so-called McDowell company, So the product was mainly molasses. It was giving foul smell across the areas, particularly the villages like R.R. Venkatapuram and other neighboring colonies, and they raised objection, and actually they have to close down. And then during 1997 or so, this LPG company, so LG, so Liquid Gold, a South Korean company, they took over the matter. Why? Because LG, they came to India during year 1990 and they have become very popular in the manufacture of TVs, refrigerators, cell phones, all these things. For them, the plastic material is 100% necessary. To pack, the plastic covers are necessary. So normally, this LG polymers or LG Chem, they prepare thermocool cans, thermocool small pieces. They are used for packing material. They are using for blades of the fans. They are used for the plastic cups. All the preparations are there, but more preparations are cones, thermocol cones, which can be used by LG company itself and other companies also. That's why it's a very good industry nowadays. So it was shut down. And of course, when the industrial, once again the operations have begun, they took permission from the government and they wanted to start the operations somehow, because the so-called stearin was already kept in reserve. 1800 tons were kept in reserve, but they should be kept in below 20 degrees centigrade temperature. Definitely now you may be knowing we are running 44 or 45 degrees temperature, since they did not take proper precautions to maintain the coolness. Then definitely it would have been evacuated. They have, luckily the walls got opened and the smoke or gas emanated. Otherwise, if there is a blasting of the so-called containers or tanks, the damage would have been more. Anyway, damage is a damage. It's a public disaster, industrial disaster. Even though the Bhopal gas leakage, the disaster which happened in the month of December on the International Level 2/3, 12th, 1984, the Bhopal disaster. So happened with that Union Carbide company. They were manufacturing the so-called fertilizers and insecticides, and due to that, lakhs of people, they were still affected. Very recently, I have done a video on them, because in Bhopal there is a dedicated hospital, but the hospital was turned into a COVID specialty hospital, and the patients are still undergoing treatment. They have been evicted from there, and 4 of them died, and the deaths accounted more in the Bhopal COVID-19. Therefore, once again, they have handed over the hospital back to this Bhopal gas patients. So very recently I have done that. Please refer to my video also in this connection. So we have not, this is an indication that we have not learned any lesson from the Bhopal gas tragedy. At the time, the gas methyl isocyanate, MIC, it has leaked out from the Union Carbide Corporation, and there are allegations that Anderson, who was the proprietor of the company, he was after the court given him bail, then he was given warm send-off by the then Bhopal administration. All the things, the allegations are there. So far the issue is not settled, even though still people are craving for the so-called compensation. It's a big story. You may be knowing, I have told you in the law of torts also. So after 1 year, during the 1985, same 12th month, I think 4/5, 1985, oleum gas leaked from the Sridham Fertilizers, DCM company, from Delhi itself. So there an advocate practicing 30,000 court, he died, and so many people, they were affected. This is another industrial gas disaster. Of course, industrial disaster, molasses. So we have to remind ourselves of 1919, Boston molasses flood. Actually 1919 it happened, 15/1/1919 it happened, because the tanks burst there. Most of the molasses, it has come like a flood in the streets of so-called Boston city in Massachusetts of USA, and people, they were actually thrown away, carried away in the so-called flood, and some of them died. Even the roads could not be cleared even after 1 month or so. So such is the devastating incident which occurred in 1919. Of course, the nuclear things, Chernobyl incident, presently it was in Ukraine. So 1986 it happened. Yes, 26/4/1986 it happened, and Fukushima, of course, nuclear reactor, you may be knowing, and Fukushima, now Vizag disaster. So all these are definitely there will be negligence on the part of management, no doubt, and we have to fix them up. The government will look into the matter. So now the legal aspects we have to see. So now the police, basing on the complaint given by the VRO, Village Revenue Officer, Mr. R.V. Subbarao, M.V. Subbarao of VR Puram, that is R.R. Venkatapuram. So they have, he has given a complaint regarding the incident, and a case in crime number 213/2020 was registered in Gopalpatnam police station under the following sections of law. So better you know the sections of law. It's 278 of the IPC, that is making atmosphere noxious to public health. Noxious gases, definitely styrene is defined to be a poisonous gas or noxious gas. So if you making the atmosphere polluted with the so-called noxious, then you are liable under section 278. Then 284, yes, 284, that is definitely, yes, with respect to poisonous substance. So negligent conduct, here negligent conduct with respect to poisonous substance. So styrene is a poisonous substance. So they are polymers company, it's a petrochemical company, definitely it is a poisonous thing. So negligent conduct with respect to that, they should have taken precautions. 285. So with respect to fire, negligent conduct with respect to fire or combustible substance, definitely this is a combustible substance. Fire cracks, definitely it flames. And 337, 338, of course, 337 you will be doing. Normally whenever some accident take place, we require them. So causing hurt by an act endangering human life or safety of a person. 338 is causing grievous hurt, similar things. And 304, this is an important section, please remember. Normally in cases like where the negligence is there, where the culpable negligence is there, 337, 338, it regards injuries, and 304A, if death occurs. Here they have applied 304, please remember. 304A, no. 304 they have applied. 304 means culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Here, the difference between murder and culpable homicide, knowing, oh, it's a very big subject, I want to tell you one thing. If there is no intention, but if there is knowledge, then culpable homicide comes into existence. So, if the management knows that if the leakage of the gas may cause death of persons, it itself is sufficient. No doubt they may not be having any intention. That is, he is liable for punishment up to 10 years. They have registered the case. Of course, the government, on behalf of the government, CM visited the place and he has proclaimed that he will give ex gratia of 1 crore rupees for the deceased and things like that, ventilator, all these things he has told. Of course, Public Liability Insurance Act is also, even the company has to give. I don't know whether government will give or it will make the company give, but some things will be known a little later, right? So when this accident happened, normally it has attracted the attention of the entire state as well as the nation also. Even our Prime Minister conducted a special review meeting with this regard, and when the Home Minister, actually he has ordered the neutralizer from Gujarat, normally para-tertiary butyl calhal, yes. So they have ordered, it is coming from Dhamra port, and the normally for the neutralization, this is another important because the environmental impact assessment is very heavy, therefore it has to be neutralized. For that purpose, Amit Shah has ordered for so right. Anyway, yesterday the High Court of Andhra Pradesh also took it as a suo motu writ petition, PIL number 12/2020. And of course under the article 226 of the Constitution of India, and they have asked the government to send a report within 1 week as to what action, what relief measures they are going to take, who are the negligent people on whom they are fixing the negligence, and all these things they have asked. Of course the reply will come. Now here an important point, I am not touching the political side. Mr. E.A.S. Sharma, a retired IAS officer, a bureaucrat, he has raised 5 important questions. He has written a letter to the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. The first question is, how we have allowed the industry to be opened. Is it an essential industry? After all, polymers making cones of thermocool cones. What is so important? So industrial, you have stated, the government has clearly stated that necessary industries can be opened. Is it so important industry? Not at all. Then who has given permission? That that's the first question. So second question. Actually, they have occupied 213 acres of prime land belonging to the government, worth about hundreds of crores. The government actually wanted to take back certain lands, but these people, they wanted to go for expansion. They dragged the government of Andhra Pradesh into controversy, into litigation, civil litigation. Still the cases are going on, but the government is keeping a Nelson's eye over the issue, and they are not reacting, they are not attending the courts properly. This is another question. Third question. So normally the question is, of course, when the Hindustan polymers industry is opened, it is about 22 kilometers west of Visakhapatnam main town. At the time it was only town. But now, due to the industrial development, due to the so many eruption of so many colonies in the area, it has become a busy residential locality. Why it was not shifted to other place? Because already SEZs are there, Industrial Infrastructure Corporation is taking after things. Why it was not allowed to continue in this area? And that too, during the last 2018, they have gone for extension. Normally their production capacity was only 415 tons, whereas now they have gone for expansion of 655 tons by paying some amount. Right? How it is possible, and what the government is doing? Expansion, fourth question he has clearly asked. 2019 the expansion was permitted, and without central government clearance. This is another problem. The Central Pollution Control Board did not give any clearance, but still APCCB, AP Pollution Control Board, they have given clearance. Last question is, so this is not the first instance. Previously, so many gas leakage incidents took place in Vizag itself, Vizag steel plant, that blast furnace, and HPCL refinery. So many incidents he has cited so many cases, but still no action has taken. Of course, we know that we react immediately in the first phase and we would keep silent after the issue is over. That is the thing with we people of Andhra Pradesh. Anyway, this is a very sad and horrific incident. Government should react and take all the measures, because we have seen the Bhopal tragedy. Still, even after 36 years, there are patients who suffer from the methyl isocyanate gas. The gas effect is that much, sterile gas, no doubt. People may get some irritation in the mouth, they may be affected, they may be cured, sent home, but still the disability may continue. The government should take all the precautions, and it is better to relocate the so-called LG polymers from that place. Of course, it is for the government to take action. Anyway, this is briefly regarding the LG polymers case in Vishaka. I think we may have to discuss them, we may have to compare the same with Bhopal gas leak in the coming days. Anyway, this is a sorrowful incident, we have to feel sorry. So let us hope at least the affected persons who are in the hospital get fair treatment and they will get cured. Thank you.